You know, people not going to give you credit until they sit down and look at it and just be like, man, that dude was good.
If most fighters beat Canelo Alvarez and cashed in on the biggest win and payday of their careers, they'd be celebrating for months, buying yachts, mansions, and taking a long, well-earned break. But Terence Crawford isn't most fighters. At 38 years old, an age when most boxers start slowing down or chasing easy paydays, Crawford is already on the hunt again. And his next target has left the entire boxing world stunned. He's not chasing clout or calling out a YouTuber for a quick check. He's going after a real killer. A 160-pound monster many believe is an even better fighter than Canelo himself. And the whole thing started with what was supposedly just a slip-up, a mistake no one in the boxing world actually believes was accidental.
Terence Crawford, if you don't know, at the WBO convention out there at Bogota, Colombia.
I'm here in Bogota, Colombia, celebrating the WBO's 38-year convention.
You know what? Put a pin in that. The WBO convention. Who's the middleweight WBO champion? Janibek. Let me just stop you guys from even thinking about it. Janibek is the unified WBO and IBF champion. Now, Terence Crawford is at the damn convention.
Terence Crawford was in Bogota, Colombia, attending the 2025 WBO convention just weeks after his historic win over Canelo. Like any superstar would, he pulled out his phone and shared a quick Instagram story, showing off the massive digital screen celebrating the WBO's champions. First came his own photo, Crawford, the undefeated super middleweight king. But then, for a brief second, the screen flipped to another name, Janibek Alimkhanuly, the reigning WBO and IBF middleweight champion. Crawford instantly whipped the camera away, almost like he had just caught something he wasn't supposed to show. Fans noticed immediately, and within hours, speculation exploded online.
Slipped up bull jiving and leaked some shit. Bull jiving. Listen, I was born at night, not last night. For Terence Crawford, for you to film that by accident, just trying to show your face, and then Janibek show you try to turn quick, brother, you blew it. Link.
The switch happened so fast it was almost comical, but the clip itself felt strange. Too sharp, too deliberate to be a real accident. Within minutes, the internet lost its mind. Fans and boxing analysts everywhere started asking the same question. Did Bud just leak his next move? It didn't look like a slip-up. It looked intentional, calculated, and perfectly timed. And if that accidental leak was the spark, what came next was the explosion. Just hours later, a new video surfaced, this one clearly on purpose. In it, Crawford stands tall, hand raised, eyes locked on the camera. The joking stops. His tone is pure steel. Off camera, a voice calls out, "Hey Janibek, we're coming for you, December 6th. What are you gonna do?" Crawford leans in, staring straight into the lens, and delivers the line that confirmed what everyone had been whispering all along.
We're here next, looking for you, looking for December 6th. How are you gonna do it?
I got my eyes on you, Janibek. Good luck.
It was a direct call to the world, a message sent loud and clear. And in today's fight game, challenges don't go unanswered for long. Janibek didn't waste a word. His response was cold, controlled, and cutting. He reposted Crawford's clip with a simple caption, "No problem." Then, just hours later, he doubled down, this time with an image and the words, "Thank you, bro." That was all it took. The tension snapped, and just like that, what started as speculation became something real. The flame was lit, and now there was no turning back.
Terence Crawford accidentally leaked him versus Janibek. Now, we all know that Janibek has a fight coming up, I think in December against Lara. That's a hard fight. And that is going to be for unification because Lara is the WBA champion. So you got the WBO title, IBF title, and the WBA title all on the damn line. I'm pretty sure Terence Crawford, with this leak, is looking forward to fighting the winner. And I think the WBO is leaning towards Janibek because that's their champion. It all makes sense to me. I think I got Lara winning that fight. But if he doesn't, I get it. Janibek, he's a tough cookie, undefeated, right? The Southpaw. I think they both Southpaws. Well, listen, correct me if I'm wrong. But Terence Bud Crawford in line to fight them. You know he fights once a year, all right? So he's going to let them hash it out in December, and he's going to go ahead and fight 2026. It's leaked. It's leaked.
Who exactly is this man that the pound-for-pound king has now set his sights on? Casual fans might not recognize the name Janibek Alimkhanuly. He's not a pay-per-view superstar, not a household name like Canelo or Spence. But in the boxing world, those who truly understand the sport know him well. Nicknamed Kazakh Style, Janibek is one of the most feared and avoided fighters in the game, the kind of technician other champions quietly steer clear of, not because he's famous, but because he's dangerous.
Boxing Doctor News, hold up, boxing fans. The middleweight division just got spicy. Janibek Alimkhanuly, the IBF and WBO champ, is calling out Terence Crawford. Yeah, you heard that right. Crawford's fresh off his win against Canelo, but Janibek's not impressed. He's ready to rumble if Crawford drops to 160. But here's the tea. Experts are saying this might be Crawford's toughest fight yet. Janibek's young, he's hungry, and he hits like a truck. Crawford's got options, but they're all...
He's a terrifying Kazakh southpaw with a flawless record. 17 wins, no losses, and 12 ruthless knockouts. The reigning WBO and IBF middleweight champion, Janibek doesn't just defeat his opponents. He dismantles them piece by piece. Among boxing purists and on every serious fight forum, one word keeps coming up when his name is mentioned: problem.
Love me some Crawford, man. Y'all already know what time it is. But hey, I gotta call a spade a damn spade. Janibek ain't nothing to mess with. He cold. Yeah, Southpaw, you don't know much about him. That's fine. You ain't got to know much about him. But I'm here to tell you. Speed, power, size, your IQ, defense, offense. Dude is cold, man. Footwork, angles, shoot, power in both hands. He a killer. That's what he is. He a damn killer, man, you know? So, I mean, look, if Crawford can go down and face that dude, bro, man, whoo, Crawford's legacy. Now, it might not be no marquee name and a name that the whole world will know, but everybody will be tuning in just to see Terence Crawford's greatness because he's a mega star now. He's the star now, right?
Don't get it twisted. Janibek isn't scared of anyone. He's undefeated, dominant, and confident enough to tell Terence Crawford to wait his turn. In his own words, I'll beat Imantas and Lara, get all 4 belts, then he can prepare for me. That's not fear, it's control. And calling this man out isn't some payday stunt or low-risk tune-up. It's a calculated move that left fans wondering why Crawford would chase a dangerous, relatively unknown monster. But this is where it all starts to make sense. Crawford isn't playing checkers, he's playing chess. The clue lies in the date he mentioned, December 6th. On that night, Janibek Alimkhanuly faces Arislandi Lara for the WBA middleweight title. The winner walks away with 3 of the 4 major belts, WBO, IBF, and WBA. And that, right there, is the real play.
Bud Crawford is going for 4-time undisputed. That is diabolical. That is unheard. 3-time undisputed is ridiculous, okay, for the men. But 4-time undisputed is just damn unheard of. The closest thing to that, and I'm talking about 4-time undisputed in 4 different weight classes. The closest thing to that would have to be, I would think, Manny Pacquiao being lineal champion in 5 divisions. And lineal and undisputed is kind of the same thing. I mean, as far as undisputed is collected, lineal is the man who beat the man. Many times, if you're undisputed, you beat the man, right? So, okay, how about this? Terence Crawford beating Canelo Alvarez. He beat the lineal champion who happens to be undisputed. The difference is when you collect all the titles. Right? Like he did at 140. When you're collecting the titles, that's a bit different because now you're not just fighting the lineal champion, but you're fighting the top guys. Terence Bud Crawford doing that is honestly more diabolical than even Manny Pacquiao.
Crawford's master plan has finally been exposed. He's going to sit back, let Janibek and Lara go to war, and when the dust settles, he'll step in to face the winner, fighting for all 3 middleweight titles at once. And after that, only one man will be left standing in his way, Carlos Adams, the WBC champion. But Crawford isn't just chasing another belt. He's chasing immortality. His goal is to become the first fighter in history, male or female, to become undisputed in 4 different weight classes. He's not after money or fame anymore. He's after a legacy so pure, so untouchable, that it can never be rewritten.
160 to go 168, meaning that this guy I think he beats the winner between Lara and Janibek. And the next champion, the WBC champion, is Carlos Adames. And I think the toughest bout for Bud Crawford would be the winner between Lara and Janibek. He fights Carlos Adames. To me, I think that's an easier, no disrespect to Carlos Adames, but I think that's an easier win for.
As brilliant as Crawford's plan sounds, it's also borderline insane. Boxing experts are already sounding the alarm. This isn't a guaranteed win, not even close. Some even think he's walking straight into a trap. Renowned trainer Andre Rozier, who's worked with multiple world champions, didn't sugarcoat his warning. He said Janibek would not give Crawford the kind of openings Canelo Alvarez did. Let that sink in. Crawford may have beaten one legend, but against Janibek, he could be facing a far more dangerous, unpredictable threat.
Do you see any of those guys, maybe particularly Janibek, because he's had 3 bouts, do you see him as a real threat to Terence Crawford?
Janibek is a tough guy, but he doesn't fight enough. He's not fighting enough. You gotta on those skills. I love how he fights. He's big, he's strong, he's precise. And I think he might be going to 168. So with all of that being said, hey, listen, we got some things on the table that could really pan out to be fantastic fights.
Do you think that Janibek would be Crawford's toughest fight? Like tougher than Canelo, tougher than a few of those other guys?
I believe he honestly could be, and I think that he is big, strong, and poised, and that's going to be a problem.
People are telling the man who just shocked the world by beating a champion 2 weight classes above him that his next opponent might be even tougher. Andre Rozier warned that Janibek will be a serious problem, a natural 160-pounder right in his prime, with a sharp, powerful southpaw style that gives anyone nightmares. This isn't Crawford's victory lap. It's possibly the most dangerous gamble of his entire career. A real prove-it fight against a monster everyone else has avoided. So why take it? Why risk everything? His perfect record, his pound-for-pound crown, his spotless legacy, for a fight that doesn't even promise massive pay-per-view money? The answer lies deep in Crawford's own mindset. He's always felt underestimated, underappreciated, even disrespected by the sport he's given everything to. And as he said himself,
never really going to get my full respect until afterwards. Yes, it's a lot of people that's changing their narrative. Like, man, y'all watching something great right now, and we not appreciating it. And it's sad to say that we waking up at the tail end of his career. We really didn't realize it until now, when he's like doing extraordinary stuff, like going up 2 weight classes to fight the best fighter in that division, the number 1 guy that's the face of boxing, and the way that I handled that, people like, oh man, something had to be wrong. Canelo had to be washed, or Canelo just wasn't in it. I see people saying, oh, Turkey paid for Canelo to lose, so I just think, when you that much better than the competition, people not going to give you credit until they sit down and look at it and just be like, man, I do.
People keep saying his opponents weren't real competition, even after he took down Canelo. The whispers and rumors persist, but let's be real, Canelo didn't just lose. He got dominated, cleaned up, and there's no sugarcoating that. Crawford proved, once again, that skill, timing, and precision beat hype every time.
When you look at it, it's still excuses. Like I said before the fight, every one of my biggest fights, I say, I'm gonna be prepared for the excuses. When you so great and you so much ahead of your competition, they look at the fighters that you fight and say they nobodies because how much you beat them by, or the level of skills that you oppose against them. So when I fight this guy, it's all he was a nobody. When I fight this guy, all he was washed. When I fight this guy, it's an excuse, So who you want me to fight? I beat this guy. It's an excuse. I beat this guy. He's too young or whatever. So
This next move is Crawford's ultimate checkmate against all the critics. There's no payday needed. He's already left an undeniable mark on the sport, a statement so clear that no one can ever question his greatness again. By moving up a weight class to face the most feared and avoided fighter at 160, Crawford is sharpening his skills while setting the stage to claim a fourth title. He's not just chasing another belt. He's stacking the odds to make his record virtually untouchable. The trap is now set, and the chessboard is ready.